Hi friends. In the last video I spoke that Rajnath Singh is already in Russia, and as we saw over the last 2 days that first to feel proud that the Indian Army participated in the Russian National Day March, and there was representation from all the three services, the Army, the Air Force and the Navy. Along with that, the major points that I saw in the news was India has requested Russia to prepone or to give an early delivery of all the defense equipments. One of the most important thing which India has been requesting Russia is the S-400 anti-air missile batteries. And now, what is S-400? So S-400 is a Russian anti-air, anti-missile system which can travel remotely, which can be taken on trucks. But the thing is, and this has been very successful. It is even more successful than the American Patriot missiles. But the thing is, China also has this. China already has S-4 missile systems. But India does not have. India is asking Russia to give early delivery, and there's news that India has asked to send all these equipments preferably by air rather than by ship, so that they come to India faster. Now the second thing which I feel, this is my opinion, is a personal opinion, that since the last decade, I was just seeing data on India-Russia trade deals, and I could find data only till 2012, and I have seen that 2014, I've seen that since 2012 there was a decline in the trade. It was like minus 10, around 10, I'm not sure the exact number, around 10, minus 10, between minus 5 to minus 10% per year for 2 years. And after that I did not see the data on the Indian Russian embassy website, the official data source. Yeah, so there was a decline in trade, and along with it in 2018, I'm saying all this so that you have a background to what I want to say. And along with it, in 2018, USA also levied sanctions against Russia. So which basically meant that Russia could not trade with a lot of other countries. And now add to that, at that time at least the oil prices were high, so Russia was doing well with its oil exports. And now we have seen that the oil prices have tanked, and there was a disagreement between Russia and Saudi Arabia and other OPEC oil producing and exporting countries, on where basically they were discussing that to take care of this reduction in demand, they would reduce the production of oil, and Russia had disagreed to it. And the Saudi also said, okay, if you don't control it, I will don't control it. So now there is a huge production of oil, and that's the reason why oil prices are falling. Now what we have to understand is oil is one of the major exports of Russia, along with defense equipments. So if the oil prices fall, the Russian economy tanks, because the exports are not enough, they're not getting enough money. Now think of it and India was always a huge importer of Russian defense equipments. If you see in the past, all these Sukhois and MiGs, even BrahMos missiles, and a few of our naval carrier ships, and also the old submarines were also from Russia. I think Scorpion we got from France, that was the last one, and after that we got, I think, one warship from Russia. But we have seen a reduction in defense deals which happened with Russia. For example, the Dassault deal went to France. And also, if you remember, there was this, India got a radar system to take care of Pakistani F-16s. So those came from Israeli company with which had American collaboration. So in the last, maybe in the last decade, we can say that there has been a reduction in the amount of defense imports we do from Russia. Now come back to that, join these two thoughts and think, now Russia needs money. What does Russia do? It could be a chance that Russia could, this is a conspiracy theory, okay? This is a hypothesis. Russia could have asked China to, do this whatever is happening, take Indian territory or start skirmishes with India, so that India needs more defense, and India has to spend on defense. And USA is not giving India so fast, and so India has no other option to go to Russia. So now when India goes to Russia and buys Russian defense equipments, so basically that is helping to boost Russian economy. So it is a hypothesis that it could also be, that Vladimir Putin is pulling the strings behind the doors, and he's trying to influence situations so that Russian defense sales goes up. He has also done similar things in the Middle East. I think the S-400 and the latest model was S-400A, I think, that was used in the Syrian war when Russian pilots went to Syria. So it could be it's a hypothesis, could be a Russian thing also, to start this so that India buys more defense equipment from Russia, and that is exactly what is happening now. Along with S-400, I think they have requested for more other equipments. Maybe there was I think Sukhoi or something, there was agreement to manufacture more spare parts, supply more spare parts and other stuff. So let's see how it pans out. Also, there was a rumor initially that the Indian defense minister and the Chinese defense minister would have a meeting in Russia, but both sides said that is not happening. So yeah, that is not happening, and let's see. And Russia has just said that it will try to send the defense Sukhoi S-400 missiles faster, but let's see. I think that deal was signed in 2018 or 19, if I remember correctly, or maybe 2020 early. So let's see how that pans out, but it could be Russia. That is what I am thinking. My hypothesis now is Russia is pulling strings so that people buy defense equipment from Russia, because the oil price is down, the economy is going down, and that makes Putin look bad to the country, because if economy goes down, there's a recession in the country along with Corona. So Putin has to face election again, even though he has good hold, but it would reduce his popularity. Let's see what happens in course of the next few days or months or maybe years. So that's my thought on how the India's visit on Russia is going on. Let's see.